What is the hero's journey? Today we're going to talk about the hero's journey, something that's very famous from different books, movies, that's all using the hero's journey, where someone goes and seeks for a treasure and then the treasure transforms him or her. It's a very classic story used in many books, used in many films and movies. We're going to talk about it today, not just in a movie or book sense, but in a real sense of your life and what your hero's journey is like. Let's get right into it right now. So the hero starts off as a fool, as someone unknown, not knowing what is awaiting, not knowing what's gonna happen. A fool has no wisdom yet, no life experience, and no idea of what life can bring. We all have had a little hero's journey where we started off as a fool. We wanted to achieve something and we came on the other side of achievement. Now this can be small things. We can start with the smallest hero's journey that everyone has, and that was that they finished lower school. You finished lower school, you went to school and you needed to learn to speak and talk and write and all these things, and then at the end you finish lower school. It was this whole journey for you to come at the end of lower school, and then there's a celebration, you did it. But it was not really a journey you picked yourself. It was more like a journey that you needed to do because your parents and society forced you to undertake this journey. But we also have our own personal journeys. You can even think of a hobby. Let's say you played the clarinet. I played the clarinet for 7 years. It's a little stupid instrument that Octo from SpongeBob plays. It's a little wooden black thing, black instrument. I actually have it still here. Anyways, so the clarinet, you play the clarinet. You start off as a fool. You don't know how to read notes. You don't know how to read notes. You don't know how to play the instrument. You don't know how to learn even. You start off as a fool. You're maybe excited, or maybe you feel confused, like what is this? How does this work? But you undertake the journey. And by undertaking the journey, you learn, you grow, you evolve, and you start to enjoy. You start to enjoy playing the instrument a little bit. You get a little bit better. And you get a little bit better. And then you have some obstacle facing. Some hard thing or something difficult happens in life. You no longer feel like playing, or you're no longer motivated, and then you keep going. And you get a little better. And you get a little better. And every week, every year, you get a little better until you're actually quite good. You're actually quite good. Congrats. Now you can play your instrument. But that's not really the hero's journey I'm talking about today. I'm talking about a hero's journey that is more of an inner journey, a more difficult journey, a rather harsh journey of inner growth with mentors. It starts off with maybe people online or people in real life that show you that there's more than just your basic survival, basic job, wife, making money, that there's more than that. That there's more to life than just that. You undertake this journey and you listen to advice first from other people. You listen to what they have to say. You listen to their guidance very carefully, and you take their advice. You take and listen to it. And I've done this myself with my own inner work. I was focused on inner work. I was focused on healing. I was focused on meditating and really working on myself. And you come in this place where you just want to heal, you just want to grow, you just want to let go, and you're focused on that. You're focusing on letting go, healing, growing, letting go, healing, growing. You're focused to the point that now you have listened to all the advice, you have listened to all the things. The mentor can no longer help you anymore. You have to go alone. You have to follow your own journey. And that's when you go alone. You go alone in solitude, working on yourself. You heal, you grow, you learn, but also as you do, more people around you, you don't resonate so much with them anymore. You don't resonate with a lot of people because you notice that just because you're taking this journey doesn't mean everyone else takes the journey. Probably you're one of the few that actually takes this journey seriously and seriously undergoes all of this. So you undertake this journey, you undertake it, and you start to feel lonely. You feel like your mentors, they can say so much, but it's not precise for you. It's not what you need. You notice you need something very specific for you. You need your journey. That cannot be taught by anyone else because it's your personal journey. It's not something a mentor can help you anymore with. They helped you at the beginning stage. They help you to heal. They help you to grow. They help you a lot. They showed you a direction. They showed you potential. But now you're exceeding that potential. And you're realizing there is no one you can listen to anymore. It's just you, your journey. Not because you're better than them. It's because it's your own journey. Your own personal journey. And you're healing. But you stay stuck at this healing place. You stay stuck at like letting go, healing, meditating. And you're spending so much time in solitude, so much time alone, so much time working on yourself. And then you still feel not healed. Even though you feel more healed than maybe other people. You walk around and you're like, I'm quite healed compared to all these people, but I don't feel it's done. And then you come to the end of the journey. I will make another video, or I already have posted another video about the end of the journey. What is, you have arrived, and you can finally see that when you go full circle, trying to grow and grow and grow and grow and try to work on yourself and try to meditate and do inner work and let go, or use other techniques like philosophy, like true questioning and philosophy and inquiry, and all these different ways you truly come to the end, and you realize, if I still keep identifying as this person that needs to be healed, this person that needs to grow, this person that needs to evolve, that I can never arrive. Because even if I arrive, I will still feel there's a next journey to undertake. And therefore you realize the top of the mountain is right here. That this whole climb and this whole journey and all of this work that you have done on yourself, all this inner work that you have done, that you come basically back to zero. Where you have to realize all of this work was great, but it all came from the idea that I wasn't healed yet, that I was traumatized, that I was in need of inner work, that I was in need of meditation, that I was in need of working on becoming more conscious. But you realize that right now, all of that was coming from this place of this identity of I need to be healed, I need healing, I need to grow. And as a starter, as someone 1 year or 2 years into the journey, that's a great start. Something everyone should start with. But you cannot truly integrate this growth unless you start to see, I have arrived. And that's where you got to come to the place where you say, after all this inner work, after all this journey that I have undertaken myself within, it's time to acknowledge that I'm not gonna arrive unless I state I have arrived. I'm not gonna come to the end unless I say this is the end. Because just like an addiction, where you keep going and going and going and going and going, you're never gonna stop until you say it's enough. I've been through it. It's enough. I can let it go now. Now, saying this too prematurely can also be damaging. Because maybe then you say it's enough, and then next week you're back into the addiction. But for you that has done years of inner work, and I believe many of you are that are watching, so that's why I'm shooting this. For the people that has done this work, that has been doing healing and has been letting go, and they still feel they haven't arrived yet, you just have to, just like the addicted person, you have to acknowledge this kind of addiction to this personality idea of I'm not healed, I'm traumatized, I'm this, there's something wrong with me, I need to heal, to let it go and to say, I have arrived. I have arrived. I am healed. I've arrived. I'm good enough. I have no trauma. Even at the beginning it might feel a little bit fake, it might feel a little bit untrue, but once you start to settle down in that, you start to realize this is even more effective for your healing to come from this place, because you're now using law of attraction, manifestation. You're using it in the sense that you're saying it's over, it's done, and then it is over and it's done. You cannot say your journey is over until you say it's over, because we keep looking at this thing that we want to have. We feel like we need to try to chase, but whatever you chase starts to run away. This is even true in nature. When you see an animal chase after a deer, the other animal starts to run away. And then the smart smart plants, they have like eating plants, and they attract their food and they eat it. Same way, at some point you got to stop chasing and realize that chasing is not going to let you arrive. You got to become like the plant that has something that they want to eat, and they grab it. They attract their healing. And that's the end of the journey. The end of the journey is before the end of the journey. It's by saying, this is the end of the journey, this is it. I am him, I am her, I have arrived. Even if it feels a little fake in the beginning. And then true healing starts to happen. Rapid healing starts to happen. That's the moment of change. And that's the hero's journey. And then at the end of the hero's journey, you always see them coming back to the world, giving to the people. And the same way is with this, is once you have arrived, you start to go back and shoot videos and talk to people and help them. You see this even with people that overcame addictions. They went on this hero's journey, they overcame some addiction like cocaine or whatever, and then they started rehabs. A beautiful thing to do, right? And that's what happens when you come at the end of the journey. You want to contribute and give, because you see people out there and you see they don't have what you have, and you want to give that to them. You want to help them. Also because it's lonely. It's lonely to feel like you're the only one that has arrived. You want everyone to arrive. You want everyone to feel that they are at the end of the journey. You don't want to see people endlessly working on themselves, healing themselves. You want to see people healed. And that's what you do. With that being said, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I see you in the next video.